Hey guys, I'm back with another video. To my new and old subscribers alike, welcome back to my channel, and today I'll be doing a video about the Shingling Method. It gives natural hair a more defined look, but because my hair is in twists, I just, yeah. They probably need to be retwisted, honestly. Like, I look like Travis Scott a little bit, but his are honestly better than mine. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put on my wig cap, and you can see the method being done on my curly wig, which is a pretty good example because the curls are a little bit loose, but you can see them start to get poofy as it starts to dry. So try to get this as flat as possible. And once I put my wig on, you'll see why I do wear my twists in my hair whenever I'm wearing wigs, because it really does get flat. Okay, let's see. And then I'm also going to try to get my edges pulled back, so whenever I show you how I install my wig, I won't get too much of the gel and hairspray on my own hair. If I was getting it all on my edges, then it wouldn't be as much of a protective style. Okay, so first, this is my curly wig. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. Yeah, and then it is much tighter whenever you wear a wig cap. So I would recommend, if you want to wear wigs, get wig caps because it will feel much tighter and way more secure. So you don't have to worry about, do I need to pin it, add combs to it, is it gonna fall off if I shake my head? Like, I can move around in it, I really can. So as long as it feels tight whenever you first put it on, it might slip a little bit as you keep wearing it, but that really shouldn't happen as often, especially with hair that is closer to your head, like a curly wig or a shorter wig. But if you have like a straight long wig, that's whenever it might start to shift a little bit, just because it wants to go down and all the weight is going down, so that makes it want to go back. But this is pretty secure, so I can do what I need to do. All right, so let's see. All right, so first, let me show you what I have. My bonnet over there. So I have my water bottle. Probably need to refill that soon. Denman brush. This is key for any type of curly hair, whether you wear curly sew-ins, wigs, or you're just using it for your natural hair. Because whenever you try to put product in there, condition your hair, detangle it, it's not as harsh as like finger combing it or combing it with a fine tooth comb. And it just gets everything really thorough. Then I have my wide tooth comb. If you're nervous about using the Denman brush, because I know for some people, they have to take out like a row, every other row of the combs. I have a lot of hair in it because my hair is so thick. It's kind of nasty, but ignore that. Yeah, they have to kind of spread out the bristles in the brush because it can be a little too fine and start to yank on the hair. But I personally don't have that problem, just because I try to go from the bottom to the top, which is what everybody should do, so they don't pull out unnecessary hair. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, if it lets me, okay, yeah. So I'm gonna split it into two sections. One thing you'll learn about me is I'm so indecisive. Like, I'll say I'm doing one thing, and then after I get off camera, I just do something completely different to it. I love that I can style my wigs to where it looks like it's my hair. I was in Whataburger the other day, and this creepy old man came up and was like, "Oh wow, your hair is so cute." I'm like, okay, look, thank you, but I'm gonna need you to move back. And of course, they always want to know, is it your hair? Is it your hair? And I say yes, because if I spend the money to get the hair, and then I spend the time to make my wig to where it looks like it's my hair, then I'm really gonna say it's my hair, because it may not grow out of my head, but it's mine. Nobody else is about to wear my wig unless I specifically tell them, here, you can have this one. But I will never do that because I love my wigs too much. But I can make you one yourself, so I say it's mine. I really do say it's mine. So If anybody asks you, is that your hair? Always say yes, because first of all, why does it matter? And it looks like it is, so that's why you even ask him. So right now I'm just going through and wetting it and dampening it. And then I can't remember what the length was on this hair. I think it was 16, 18, 20. And I didn't cut it or anything. No trims. I like the way that it fell naturally. So I'm just gonna spray this, clip it, and then keep doing it. That way everything can get really damp. Still gotta spray, it's pretty thick, but I love this pattern. This hair is from AliExpress. A lot of people don't really think about the fact that they can go on like eBay, AliExpress, and I think there's like another one, Big Cartel. A lot of people have websites through Big Cartel whenever they sell hair extensions and stuff. And it really is quality, I think, just because it comes straight from the maker of the hair, which is usually in China or somewhere in Asia. It really does come out to be cheaper. It's higher quality. It's not that in the US, like whenever people have their own businesses and stuff where they sell hair and they might do hair as well, it's not that their hair isn't quality, but they end up having to spend so much more money to get the hair and get a profit because they have to pay the people that give them the extensions, and usually they'll work for a company as well. That's a little tip if you didn't know that. So if you ever wonder like, wow, if I go to this, what would you say? It sounded like somebody was coming into my apartment. I had to wait a second. But yeah, if it seems like you're spending a lot on hair, you probably are. I'll say my budget for a bundle deal, I never do like bundle by bundle. I just always do like they're doing 3 20-inch whatever hair bundle deals, and I'll get that. And then I just have to worry about like the price of my closure. I am not a fan of leave out just because I feel like that doesn't make your protective style as protective, just because you still have to do something with your hair. You still have to twist it up. You still have to make sure it's moisturized. If you have straight weave, then you have to make sure that your hair is still straight and it is blending. Because one thing I really, really hate is whenever people have weave out, because it might be the cheaper way out, but hated so much whenever I got sew-ins was just getting your hair, flat iron it or do whatever to it to make it look like it's yours and blend it in. And that's a pretty good idea in theory, but whenever you have to keep on going over it, flat ironing it, I live in Houston. It happens to get really frizzy or poofy so often, it's like it wasn't even worth the time. So that's another reason why I just kind of switched to wigs where I can cover my head fully. And then there are other wig types where it's like a half wig or a U-part wig where you don't have all of your hair covered, but that's not the type that I wear. I do 100% coverage. If there's anything that shows, it's my edges, but even then I don't really do that because my hairline is weird where it doesn't really look like I'm missing anything if I don't have my edges gelled down. But if I do feel like when I put some baby hairs in there, then I just put the baby hair on my wigs. So as you can see right now, I did this side and it's pretty wet. Well, not too much where it's dripping, but it's pretty thoroughly dampened, and I combed it through. And whenever it's not super tangled, you can just use your fingers and work it through, but I just brush it or comb it through as well, just so I'm not missing anything. So that's one side. I'll just leave it down so I don't mess up the curl pattern. And I'm gonna do this side as well. So Okay, so my hair is all pretty damp, evenly dispersed the water. So now I'm a little bit nervous about using this. In my other videos, I was talking about how I use the Eco Styler Gel, and I have a lot, so it goes a long way for sure, but I think it is definitely better for looser curl patterns. Well, I don't know, mine is kind of weird. Like in my other videos, you can see how it gets looser, but whenever it starts to get dry again after it's been wet or been conditioned or whatever, it starts to just kind of poof up after a while once you just kind of ignore everything that I put on top of it to make it slick. So sometimes I just kind of forego that and put it in my wigs or weave or whatever. So the Eco Styler Gel is what I'm going to use to do the shingling method. So once again, you just section it. If it lets me. Okay. So just section it because you'll get a better effect if you do it bit by bit. So I know for sure that pretty much in any curly hair that you have, whether it's yours, a wig, weave, whatever, if you wet it, it's gonna look really pretty and really defined. But you just kind of lose that whenever it decides that it's gonna dry all the way, and it will dry poofy. So you know that the water isn't going to stay in there after a while. So in order to keep that wet look like this, I'm going to put the gel in just a little bit. Like I did maybe this much, maybe a little bit more on mine. But yeah, so just go through, make sure that you evenly spread it out with your fingers. Get out any tangles that you have. And really make sure that you do the ends because you don't want the length of your hair to be all defined, but the ends be super poofy and look like you did nothing to it. So just do that. Do the same thing up top. I've seen people go through and like brush it as they go with the gel, but because this hair is a looser curl pattern, you don't have to do as much nitpicky work with it. I know if I was doing my own hair, I would definitely be doing it in even smaller sections and brushing it pretty much after every application of the gel and water that I use, just because different textures require different things or the same things but different amounts. So I have it in there and I'm just gonna brush down. I'm about to lose it in my hair. See, like, I don't know if you can see it that much, but right here, it's a little poofy, you know. So to get that to kind of fall down with the longer part of my hair and be layered but not be poofy in its layers, I just go back and make sure that the ends are good. So that's all that pretty much takes. And then once I do this other side, right now it's just kind of on and it's not tight. Well, it's not loose, but it's not extremely tight to where I feel like I'm gonna lose brain circulation. Wow, I sound really dumb. Blood circulation to my brain because I have it cut off, basically. It's fine. And if you feel like your wig isn't as tight as it could be, then just put a wig cap on. That adds a little bit more security because that's another layer between your hair and the wig cap, because I know the wig cap would just slide right off of my hair because my hair is soft. Whenever I have the moisturizer in, it makes it even more slick, so that makes it want to just come off even easier. But we're not having that, especially not out in public. People are gonna be like, what's wrong with your hair? And then I just want to point out one thing. Whenever people have a full wig, they have a part, especially down the middle. They'll have that part down the middle of their hair, but their wig will be back here. That is not cute. Like, it doesn't do anything. So just imagine that I have a middle part on my wig and I have a middle part down my hair. My hair's in twists, so it's not really gonna do the middle part thing. But this is not how you wear your wig. This is not it. You are not doing yourself any justice by doing that. there's no point in wearing the wig if you're just gonna show that it's a wig and there's a gap between where the wig ends and where your hair starts. That shouldn't happen. It should be at your forehead, at your hairline. I just don't understand where that came from, and I need it to go back ASAP because people out here looking, and I get what they're trying to do, like not have to worry about securing it with glue or pins or whatever, but it doesn't help. It just makes it look worse. I feel bad because I want to just like go up to the people in public and be like, okay, I can help you. I can really help, but that's embarrassing, so I'm not gonna do that. But I just feel like if you wear a wig, then you need to make sure that that wig line is up here or wherever your hairline ends or starts, whatever you want to say. Make sure that they meet. You don't want to just put your wig on and keep it here, because honestly, I don't even know how it stays like that. It seems like it could fall off at any second. People are worried that their wig is going to fall off, and that's why they don't want to wear wigs. But whenever you see people wearing it the incorrect way, that's probably going to turn you off even more than whenever you see somebody wearing it the right way. So let's see. Yeah, right here is kind of poofy. I'm not liking that. So if it starts to poof up, or you feel like you didn't put enough gel, or you didn't spread the gel out enough, just put some more water. See what it looks like whenever you go back over it. Add more gel if you need to. Let's do. Okay, yeah, that looks better. So I'm actually not gonna install my wig because this is a tighter wig than like the longer, wavier wig that I have. That one I try to install more because, like I said, this one is curlier and closer up to my head with like most of its weight, so I don't feel like all the weight of it is in the back and it's just gonna pull it back. But with the longer, straighter wig, it feels heavier like down here, so it is gonna tend to shift some. So I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching.